So this one's kinda unique in its approach to how it decided to tackle this story. And I didn't know this going into it, but it's actually a mix of documentary and live action film. Because it's based on a true story and follows this group of people, illegal immigrants in the US. And it's about how they decided to infiltrate this detention center in Florida, where they keep illegals who are either waiting to get deported or are waiting to hear from a judge. But since no one really knows what's going on with these people, this group decides to work the system from the inside. They turn themselves in and start working together with the people outside. You know, to get the wheels turning and to perhaps get some people released. And I thought this was a fascinating story that I haven't even heard about before. And as I said, it mixes documentary with live action, so it basically cuts between the real people and actors. So you get a narrative movie with everything that's going on inside the detention center. Meanwhile, you also get these interviews and snippets of footage of the actual people explaining what's going on. And footage of them doing the work outside, basically putting pressure on the system to get people released. So what they're essentially doing is activism, but with a very interesting approach. And they're literally putting themselves on the line too, making themselves targets. Because after all, they're still illegal immigrants and could be deported immediately. So yeah, it's an absolutely worthwhile story to tell, and I kinda liked how it did it too. With that being said, I have seen this done before too, at least once. The movie American Animals did it, and I really liked that one. It did a great job with it too. And overall, I will have to say that that was just an overall better movie. As far as the technical aspects went, the movie making, the acting, because I would say that this looks decent at best, and I wouldn't say the acting is phenomenal either. Some of it's better, some worse, but none of it really blew me away. But at the same time, I didn't think any of it was absolutely terrible either. Most of it was good, and some of it rather shaky, but in general it was okay. But I will have to say that this was mostly carried by the story itself, which was great. And had it been less compelling, this would have easily fallen flat on its face. But I will also have to say that it flowed fairly well and kept the pacing rather tight too. So it was never boring, and I wouldn't really say it ever stumbled as far as the flow and the narrative went. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say about this one, other than that the subject matter definitely deserves some attention. Because the way the US treats illegal immigrants is really strange, and there doesn't seem to be very much rhyme or reason to it. Not much consistency. Some people get deported immediately, some are locked up for years. It also doesn't seem to matter much if they have a family over there or not. And then often the family gets to stay even though they're not legal either. And if you make yourself known in the media, you're actually less likely to get deported. I mean, it's just a mess and none of it makes a whole lot of sense to me. But then again, I also understand why you might not want a fully open border either. So yeah, I hope someone else can figure this situation out, because I sure can't. But what I can do is recommend this movie if you want to see a fascinating story told in a pretty unique way. Or you know, you could just skip it, after all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you'd like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.